Rick and Thad.
What it do, my people? Thanks for choosing Total Payout Podcast. You're chilling with your host, Trouble. Today's date, April 2nd, 2026. Got 3 picks for y'all today, NBA. So let's go ahead and get to it. We got Phoenix and Charlotte. We got Minnesota versus Detroit. And we got the Lakers versus Thunder. Now, starting with the first game, we're going to handicap Phoenix versus Charlotte. This is their second meeting. First meeting happened earlier in March. It was a home game for Phoenix. Phoenix plus 5.5 came through 111.99 under the total of 217. Now head to head, the last 10, Phoenix is 9-1 straight up last 10. Phoenix 6-3-1 against the spread last 10, and the under is 5-4-1 against the spread last 10. Now, Phoenix 4-1 against the spread last 5. Phoenix 3-7 straight up last 10. Phoenix is 1-5 straight up last 6 away from home, and they're 1-4 straight up last 5 versus the Eastern Conference. Now Charlotte is 6-2 against the spread last 8, 6-2 straight up last 8, and 12-3 straight up last 15 versus the West. Now, home and away splits versus each conference. Phoenix 7-6 against the spread away versus the East. Charlotte 11-3 against the spread at home versus the West. Now, I do kind of want to touch on Charlotte's kind of been getting decent get back. You know, they've been getting get back on teams who've been beating them up in the past years. Coming into their stadium, they've been beating them up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a flyer with Charlotte. My personal line does have Charlotte -4. I think the line did come out -4. I'm gonna go ahead and take Charlotte to cover that 4 points. I think it was like -4, 4.5. So I'm gonna take Charlotte -4 to cover this spread to get their get back from earlier in March when they went on that West Coast trip and Phoenix took advantage of them on that first game. So I do like Charlotte current form. Phoenix on the road, especially going east, not so much. So give me Charlotte -4. Now, second game, we're going to handicap Minnesota versus Detroit. Another get-back game happened about a week ago. Second meeting, obviously, home game for Minnesota was the first meeting. Detroit -5. Detroit 109.87 under 222. Now, head-to-head last 10, Minnesota 6-4 straight up last 10. Detroit is 6-4 against the spread last 10, and the total is 5-5, even over under 5-5. Now, Minnesota's profile, they're 5-2 against the spread last 7, 5-2 straight up last 7. And they're 1-6 against the spread last 7 versus Detroit. Now we're gonna keep a note on that because I'm gonna come back to that when I'm done with this. I got Detroit 7-1 against the spread last 8, 7-2 straight up last 9, and 6-1 straight up last 7 at home. Now home and away splits versus each conference. We got Minnesota 7-4 against the spread away versus the East, and Detroit 6-8 against the spread at home versus the West. Now going back to that Minnesota 1-6 against the spread last 7 versus Detroit. Now, when I kind of went back and looked at some things, I looked at 9 out of the last 10 games, and the one time that wasn't Minnesota being a favorite was the last game they played March 28th, which Detroit was a -5, and that was basically because last minute Minnesota had a lot of people sitting out. Now, the 9 other games, Minnesota has been a favorite of -5.5 or more, a bigger favorite of more. So, looking at the role reversal, and looking at how they became a dog last game, and this game obviously on the road, obviously Detroit's stronger this season, but I don't know if I like Detroit being 3-4.5 points right now at this moment. I actually like how Minnesota, I think Minnesota's going to start getting they get up a little bit and sat out a little bit, probably got a little big spring in his step. Io coming off a triple-double, so he's feeling himself. I don't expect him to take a back seat too much. Obviously, his touch is not going to be as fruitful as they were with and out, but I do expect them to be able to produce, having the confidence, and the coach not taking that away. That would be stupid to take that confidence away from him, knowing that he's producing to the level of putting up triple. Ant wasn't even putting up triple-double. So let's keep the confidence there, and let's add the ingredient to the sauce instead of taking it away, making it bland. So we're going to go ahead and take Minnesota +3 in that game. Like I said, the role reversal might be warranted based on Detroit's play this season, but I don't know if I truly trust it. And without Cade Cunningham, I think that Minnesota is looking for get back based on Detroit thumping them in Minnesota about a week ago. So we're going to roll off that get back for Minnesota +3. Now the third and final game we're going to take is going to be, the Lakers versus Thunder. It's the third meeting of the season. November 12th was the first meeting, home game for OKC. OKC -8 came through 121.92 under the total of 229. Second meeting, February 9th, home game for the Lakers. OKC -6.5. OKC 119-110 over the total of 222. Now, head to head last 10, 5 and 5 straight up last 10, 5 and 5 against the spread last 10, and the under is 6 and 4 last 10. Now, the Lakers are under 4 and 2 last 6. The Lakers are 17, 20 and 1 under away from home overall, and they're 9, 13 and 1 under away versus the West, away from home versus the Western Conference. Now, OKC is under 10 and 5 last 15. They're under 5 and 2 last 7. OKC is versus the Lakers. And then OKC is under 4 and 1 last 5 in April. They're also under 19 and 20 overall. And then they're also 11 and 13 under at home versus the Western Conference. Obviously, I'm tipping my hat. I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this. I think this is a playoff atmosphere type game. The Lakers hot. I don't think the Lakers want to come into this game lackadaisical. I think they want to keep their momentum. The players that they have are veterans. I think they're looking at this team as a team that they're going to have to beat. And it's going to start with this game. I can see OKC trying to pull some funny moves, probably try to sit somebody out that's significant. You know, I think they're kind of akin to that type of game, that type of gamesmanship right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if everybody plays in this game that's available, including Jalen Williams, because I think he sat out last game. I can see him playing this game because it's the Lakers, and I can see this being a thump 'em, a hard fought, knockout, drag out, backyard brawl between the Lakers and the Thunder today. So we're gonna go ahead and take that game under 226.5 is what we're gonna go ahead. 227, somewhere around there is where it came out. We're gonna shoot for that to go under that. Okay, so let's go ahead and recap the games that we got today. We got the Phoenix versus Charlotte. We're gonna go ahead and take Charlotte at home -4 for their get back against Phoenix. Phoenix on the East, man. I don't think they like going East right now. They got Dylan Brooks back. Hopefully he don't, go out there trying to fight somebody and give Charlotte even more. I mean, hopefully he does, because I think he motivates teams. To me, he motivated Orlando a little bit, with the antics he pulls. So I expect him to do something like that again today. So it is what it is. Hopefully he motivates Charlotte and they go out there and thump Phoenix and give Phoenix a little taste of the medicine. Now the second game we had was the Minnesota getting +3 against Detroit. Like I said, another get back game. I think Detroit got Ant back. Io coming off triple double. Everybody else balling. Everybody else fitting in. Roles coming back to fruition. Let Io do his thing. Let him be the de facto point guard. He don't have to have a triple double, but let's get what he's doing. Let's add it. It's been winning, so let's take +3. Now, the third and final game, Lakers versus the Thunder. This is going to be the under game. We're taking this under 226.5, 227. Like I said, I think this is a playoff type game right here. This is two teams, not necessarily neck and neck right with each other, but I think the Lakers looking at the West teams. Obviously, you got San Antonio, you got OKC. They're not going to be able to beat both of them teams, but I think if it's one team that they're probably going to have to, that's been there, done that. San Antonio hasn't been there, done that yet. So there's no OKC is a team to beat. San Antonio can do what they do in the regular season, but in the playoffs, another ball game. And OKC is that team that we know is just waiting, listening to the tea leaves. Everybody calling out San Antonio. San Antonio is Victor, the MVP, whatever. OKC is they're thinking like that. But the Lakers are right behind them, and I think the Lakers gonna come in here smelling blood. OKC, Lakers, give me that under. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Total Payout Podcast. It's your host, Trouble. Today's date, April 2nd, 2026. I appreciate you guys' time. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe at the end of this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's warranted. You guys have a great one. And like I always say, please stay out the way. Have a good Thursday. Have a great one. Thank you.
Hey, Rick and Thad.